All right, welcome back to the AAA podcast, the show that gives you access to hilarious to everything music, nightlife, and everything in between. My name's Lewis. We've got Joel back with us. He's back from holiday, so he thought he would join us, and he's dressed nicely as well.
I'm dressed nicer.
Yeah, well, look, I'm gonna say I like that jacket.
Well, I saw he wore a suit on Middy's episode, and so I'm like, well, I got to one up this one.
And then do you know, in my head, I was like, you know what, I might have to dress it down this week.
You came all prepared.
I was just like, he's probably going to wear a black tee.
Well, you were going to wear black. Yeah. We should just clarify. So the man that's just speaking, none other than Willco.
Hello.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
But yeah, I knew you were going to wear black. We were discussing that before. We're like, we'll get the camera set up so that it's for you wearing black.
Yeah, that will work.
We may as well jump in. Joel's just going to open a bottle of water.
I was going to say that jacket's definitely tailor-made, isn't it?
I did get it tailored. I need to get it tailored again because I've lost a little bit of weight, so I need to get that tightened in a bit more, actually.
Was it at one point it was a bit too...
Yeah. Now I got a personal trainer and he's a fucking savage, so it's just costing me more and more because I had to get all my shit taken down.
Oh, yeah. It's like you get thinner, like you're paying for someone to work you out, and then you get thinner and then you have to pay to buy new clothes or get taken
sucks.
in.
Yeah.
Losing weight, shit. Just get fat. Well, look, let's jump into... So you are a DJ. I think most people would know you, like, well known is for your mixtape that came out. I don't know how we're going to say this because as we were just speaking off air, we're going to bleep
literally genres.
Yep, so that just said beep... No, literally beep genres.
There you go.
So how did that come about, really? Because that really blew up, really blew up.
Yeah, so that was like... Most of the mashups that are in that, I'd already made like a year or even 2 years before I actually made the mixtape. So my sets are just fucking anarchy, hey. It's just a bunch of stuff that I like, and then I turn it into a joke, and then there's some loud, obnoxious drop. And then I kind of got the idea. I'm like, oh, why don't we make like a mixtape out of this? And yeah, I'm going to be frank. I think I said this on one other interview. I was actually trying to kill my career at the time because I was kind of at this point where I was like, this isn't going anywhere. Like, I don't want to just burn out. I'm like, let's go out in a fucking blaze of glory with the worst thing you could ever publish on the internet. And so I was literally making this mixtape trying to piss off people, and it had an incredibly counterproductive effect.
So you were trying to end everything? Yeah,
I was literally trying to make a mixtape that was just like, yeah, it, let's kill this Willco thing off. And then basically just commit career suicide. And then everyone thought it was funny, and then I had to keep being a DJ. So
you got a national tour out of it, and then I'm pretty sure you went over to the States as well.
Yeah, I played in FX nightclub in New Mexico, which was good fun.
That was a good show?
Yeah, I was there for 3 days. I don't think I got a wink of sleep, so I was pretty lit.
It was just you just stayed up. That was that was the only reason. Yeah.
That was the only reason.
Yeah. So how did that come about? Because obviously, because I did see that your mixtape kind of blew up over here, and then you had like EDM Source, like all those kind of online publications pick it up.
So basically, what happened was my mate Adam Sprague, who now lives in Canada, he used to DJ here as TBA. He put it on like a bunch of sub forums on Reddit, and I don't get Reddit. I've only just started posting on like Xshore and stuff recently just because I've made all these edits and I'm bored and I put them somewhere. He like put it on R Trap and R Xchill, whatever they are, and like that's where a lot of people in the industry go to find stuff, or like news articles and stuff like that. And then like Your EDM picked it up, Nest HQ picked it up, and all these people started sharing it, and that's basically where it kind of happened, like on Reddit, and that's where people found it.
It is. Reddit's a weird thing. I had a look when I was doing some research. I have no idea how it works
I'm
either.
so out of touch with today's youth. I just don't go.
And then what? So basically from there that picked it up, and then did someone reach out to you from the States?
Yeah. So the morning it happened, like the hour of it blowing up, I remember it was 7 a.m. on a Friday morning. I remember it very clearly. This dude like added me on Facebook and sent me this really long, nice message about he's like promoter and a manager from like Albuquerque, New Mexico. His name's Chris, Christopher. We'll call him Chris. And yeah, so he was like, really want to book you over here, this, that, and the other. And then I kind of realized that day, I'm like, oh, I can probably book like a sort of tour out of this thing. And so the first thing I did was just like a local, not even a tour, it's just like a poster with some dates on it, and they're all in Perth, right? So I did that one first because that's the easiest to drum up, because I can do that any week I want. And then I started reaching out to like other like DJs and producers that I know like over east that I'm like close mates with, and they're like, hey, like I reckon I can get some shows over east out of this, like do you reckon you can help me out? And they're like, yeah, and they just like got me in touch with a bunch of people, and then I just reached out to them directly myself. I'm like, hey, like, so I don't know if you've seen it, but I did this thing and people think it's kind of funny, and it's got like a couple, you know, tens of thousands of players or whatever it is. I think it's like probably 1 million, yeah, I don't know, I haven't checked. And then they're like, yeah, we like it, and then yeah, we kind of, that's sort of how it happened.
It just kind of snowballed, hey?
Yeah, like I remember I emailed the dude that he used to run the wall. Now he doesn't anymore. I just emailed him to him like, hey man, like got this thing. I sent him some links and stuff like that. He goes, man, I was literally just listening to it. This is the funniest thing in the fucking world. What dates are you thinking? And then we went that way.
Do you think that blow up is kind of like how, like a lot of people, say you took that back, you'd never had that blow up and all of that kind of stuff, and you emailed the same people and you're like, hey, like I want to play. They'd basically turn you down. Yeah. But it's like as soon as you've got that little bit of interest.
Yeah, well, you've got that little bit of leverage and people have seen you on their phone screens a couple of times, then it's all right.
And so literally genres, that came out. And then a little bit later on you made, I guess,
yeah, well, everyone kept asking for one, so I had to do it. And then, so like, I was like, the day it blew up, I'm like, shit, now I've got to do something else to follow this up. Yeah. And then I was like, all right, you got to release a track. And then I reached out to my mate ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ. We had like a couple projects. I'm like, we got to finish one of them and just put it out like in a week. And then, so we did that, and like that track got some like coverage on like ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ and Dancing Astronaut and stuff like that, because I was already like talking to the bloggers and stuff because they thought it was like funny and whatever. And then like 2 months later, I made the second one, which is, the sequel's never as good as the first one. It's just like, I don't even remember what I put in it. I was just like, fuck it, just put everything together and just put it, and they still listen to it anyway. And it's still got the same coverage and stuff like that. But it's like, and luckily I didn't do a third one. It was like, third Hangover movie sucked. That's So I did a mixtape recently. ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ asked me to do one. I got an email from Molly, who's one of the like writers at ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ, and she's like a big supporter of mine. I can't thank her enough. She's written, she's written about like everything that I've like published. And she emailed me. She goes, "Hey, we're listening to your mixtape in the Nest and Ours offices for like the billionth time. Can you please just make another one?" And it's because we're doing like this ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ mini mix series. Just make another. We just want another one to listen to. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna make a literally genres 3 because I just don't want to do a sequel. I'll make you a mixtape because we're mates, but it's gonna taste the same. It won't be a literally genres thing. Yeah. And so I made this mixtape, and it was stressing me out for like a good week. I had like a week to make it, and it was just so stressful the whole time because I'm like, everyone wants a part 3. I don't want to do it part 3. And then like, it was finding this weird balance of keeping them happy and still keeping my, and I hate the word, artistic integrity. Just doing what I wanted to do. And then I think I found this like fine balance of just like a bunch of like emo shit that I like with loud, obnoxious dubstep drops, or I don't even know what it was, probably trap, I don't know. And it was, I think I found that mix. Like the second song, third or fourth song in this mix is just from like a local band in Perth called Statues. And so like 45 seconds in, all the like EDM fans are listening to like the most loud screams I've ever heard in a fucking metal track in my life. They're like, what the is going on? And then it goes into like Galvanized by the Chemical Brothers. But shout out Statues because they make some fucking heater metal tracks, eh?
With your original intention of like killing it and just dropping off, when it did actually blow up, did you...
then I started liking it again because everyone's paying attention to me. I'm really attention seeking.
It was just an attention thing. You're like, hi.
Yeah, it was like, it's me again. And then, but then I actually started to enjoy it because, I actually had like a kind of purpose and a drive behind it again. Whereas before I felt like I was just fizzling out. Not like in the scene, but just my motivation was just fizzling out. But now I was like, oh, people actually want me to do stuff. I've got some people to kind of keep happy. And then I was like, all right, cool. I'll keep doing it. And then I still enjoy it today.
So what are you doing kind of like now different that you were doing before that? Or are you doing it the same, but people are responding differently now?
It's sort of the same, but now I've kind of found my own little like niche or niche. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Where it's just I'm kind of just the surprise, the sort of emo token DJ in Perth. So it's like if you want to listen to some loud trap bangers mixed up with some random My Chemical Romance song, you can come to Metro's on a Saturday and listen to me. But yeah, so I've kind of found that I suppose musical identity. Whereas before I was just like making just anything, hey. And then now I'm like, so it's just like a mixtape but with eyeliner. So yeah.
Do you feel that you've, in a sense, care less now?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't give a It's just I've kind of just learnt to just trust my gut instinct, and I kind of learned that with the mixtape because I was just like, I'm just gonna make this thing and put it out there, and maybe people will like it. I hope they hate it though. And then obviously they liked it, and then now I can kind of like my Facebook page is just anarchy, hey. So it's like whatever thought pops into my head, I'll just put it on Facebook, and because it's just a true reflection of just like whatever I'm thinking at the moment, my brand's become so, I suppose, honest.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you see a Willco post or you see Willco do something, you know it's Willco and not some marketing team behind it. It's just the random shit that pops in my head.
And then you're just stressing out anyone that works for your like PR.
Yeah, Cassandra's stressing balls right now. Hi Cassandra, how you going?
Would you say through playing...
We're like 15 minutes in and she's like stressing out.
Playing some of those kind
This isn't just water, Cassandra.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just water.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what he said.
Yeah. Sorry, cut you off.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good. Playing some of those emo songs, or like you said, incorporating metal and all that. Would you say that you've managed to gap that bridge between people that would have normally never went to clubs like Metro or like listened to EDM, but like all of a sudden you're kind of pleasing them, so they are rocking up to this kind of
funny
stuff?
story. I actually found out I'm kind of popular in the Perth BDSM scene.
Please, like expand upon that for people who don't know what you're talking about.
So BDSM stands for what? Bondage, domination. I don't know what the M is. The S is submission. So it's just like what? Masochism. So it's just like
our production manager's clarifying that.
You're into some pretty kinky shit in the bedroom. And so I was talking to someone, and she was saying like a bunch of my friends work in like Perth BDSM houses. And they were like, yeah, Willco's our favourite DJ. And it's really weird because I'm super vanilla in bed and I'm really bad at tying knots. And so those are kind of the two key factors in being into BDSM. It's just like, yeah, that and tying knots. So...
what a title to hold, eh?
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, they're going to be, okay.
I don't know how we're going to be able to top that one.
I will just take this whole thing. Will just be Willco, BDSM.
Actually, speaking of the whole BDSM and the Perth sexuality, you released something on Pornhub, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it got pulled down. That's a title. Hey, you get something pulled down from Pornhub.
There's a lot of stuff on there that should be pulled down and it hasn't. But
yeah, so me and ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ, the ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ Predator, he doesn't make music anymore, unfortunately, because he made some of the dirtiest tracks I've ever heard. Hence why we put it on Pornhub. We did a remix of Side to Side by Ariana Grande, and it was just like that face you make when you listen to the drop, like. And it's just like, I'm not even going to be able to put this on SoundCloud. Is that filthy? We should put it on Pornhub. So we did. And so we made this. My mate Connor, he made like a short music video clip for it, which is basically we grabbed a bunch of like sex scenes from like Game of Thrones, and I can't even remember the music video now because I haven't watched it in 2 years. A bunch of like domination scenes, and then put Ariana Grande like face on people, and then like as they were fucking me and ʟɪsᴛᴇᴜ, and then we put that on Pornhub, and then it got pulled down because it showed scenes of domination or something like that. But I reckon that's not true. I reckon someone searched Ariana Grande on Pornhub and got pissed off when they saw my face, and so they just reported it, and then the algorithm just pulled it down.
Yeah, I could see something like that being the case. I was going to So I'm not sure if you're aware of this. So your name Willco, right?
Mm.
Are you aware that there is another Willco?
Band, yeah.
Yeah, there's country music.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to try and, what's the word? Prepare this. But your kind of thing is like whole emo, that kind of real, like that kind of thing. The coincidence is that I was researching, so this Willco guy it's a band in America, and it's country music. Now, when he was younger, so when he was about, I think, 6 or something, he started finding out that he was like really, like, had really bad anxiety and depression. I just wanted to see, like, is there anything there with like how you came up with your name or your brand, like that links? Because obviously the whole like emo scene, like I'm not blanking it, but it is that kind of dark, depressing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, so I just listened to a shit ton of Escape the Fate in high school. And like, so I was actually a pretty cheerful kid up until like 19 actually. And then I think all the partying and stuff, I've kind of developed. I don't have anxiety. I don't like crowds though. And I have in large social situations, I have a disassociation disorder if I'm sober.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's really weird. It's like... So, do you know what, like, disassociation is?
Yeah, like you want to kind of like...
Yeah, I'll explain it. So, basically, it's like... I suppose... I'm going to explain it poorly, but it's basically like your body goes on autopilot, but your mind zones out. So, if I'm sober with, like, 10 or more people... I'll have these weird moments where my body keeps moving and going about its thing, but my mind just completely detaches.
Yeah. So you kind of like if you're in like a club or something, you'll walk through, but your mind's like
and then you have this really scary moment when you snap back and go. So like a really common one is like because sometimes I get really clumsy. So if you see me really clumsy in the club, it means I'm sober, which is kind of counterintuitive. Like a really common one for me is I'll like reach I'll disassociate. So my hand will reach for a drink and then pull it towards me, and then my mind will snap back and reassociate and go, what the and then I like drop my drink or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really weird. And yeah, so there's like that, and then I was pretty cheerful up until like 19, and then I don't really know. I think it was just all the partying and stuff like that. I kind of just got. I don't want to use the word depressed because I kind of associate with like clinical diagnosis, and I've never. I went to a doctor in January, but I've never gone to like a psychologist or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was always kind of I think it's probably obvious from my Facebook post, the kind of sad little emo kid that was just posting about all this stuff on Facebook. But I've gotten a lot better now. I think it's mainly because I've like found this like purpose outside of just partying and DJing where I like run like a marketing agency and all this stuff. So I'm a little bit more cheerful now. But yeah, like I was, yeah.
I was going to, so we'll touch on the marketing stuff in a minute, but I wanted to, so still delving into that, do you think that there is, because obviously there's a lot of like rappers and that these days that their brand is that kind of depressed, I wouldn't say depressing because I think that's a bad word, but they're very sad, toned down.
Dark, kind of.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a lot of those people blowing up because it's so... people can associate with that.
I do and I don't like this trend because I do like it because it's a form of expression that people can relate to. I also don't like it because it kind of glorifies and romanticizes mental health.
Yeah. So because you I guess you've got that point where like it's allowing people an outlet for people to kind of talk about it, but at the same time it's you've got like these I guess rappers and that might be they're glorifying the fact that they're depressed.
Yeah, it's like it's such a fine line because you never like know what's going on in their head. But yeah, it's such a it's hard to pick a side because it's like one, they're just expressing. It's a form of self-expression, and then if people can relate to that situation or that form of expression, then that's really good, and then it starts that conversation. But on the other side, on the more kind of I suppose commercial side, it kind of romanticizes and glorifies that sort of illness, so that people kind of think, oh, it's cute to be sad.
Do you think that you have a responsibility in the fact that you kind of have that that kind of essentially brand as well? That
I don't think it's really a responsibility because, this is my case anyway. So I'm not like posting on Facebook just kind of romanticize or glorify it or anything like that. I'm just posting it because it's just what pops into my head, and I've got a phone in my thumb and just start typing and I keep posting. Like, oh, there it goes on the internet forever until I delete it.
You're like Donald Trump of...
Yeah, essentially. Man, I wish Twitter was big in like Australia, because I have so much shit that just pops into my head under 140 characters that I can just, post and like forget about, hopefully forever, but it'll come back and haunt me later.
Now, as we were saying, so the whole, I guess, your brand separated. So you've got obviously Willco, and then on the other side you've got
Corporate sellout.
Yeah, your corporate. So you, Hybrid Minds is the. So that's like a digital marketing agency, or
yeah. So it's a digital marketing agency I run with Michael, Tim, and Dan. We used to always. We've all worked with each other at some point in time in nightlife. So Tim and Dan used to work at Arcade with us, and Michael used to be the resident DJ at Next Gen before he left, and I became the resident DJ there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we do like web design and graphic design, multimedia and digital marketing strategy like Facebook ads and Google AdWords and things like that.
And how long ago, or how long has that been created for? Like
last financial year. So what's that, June 30? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess did you kind of not realize, but you've kind of assessed the fact that like you've got DJing, but at the same time you want to kind of build something beyond.
Yeah, well, I was always really attention seeking, so digital marketing was kind of the next logical step. Because you can just do it for money instead of just likes on Facebook.
So you've kind of gone from I want to be attention seeking to
I want to be attention seeking for money now.
You want to get paid to do it.
Yeah.
It's not I guess it's not a bad business plan. Yeah. So are you working like what type of brands or what type of stuff is?
Yeah, so we typically work with like service-based industries. So for example, like Fox Football 5 is a client of us, and they do like a 5-a-side indoor soccer team and stuff like that. We've had like childcare clients and stuff like that. Really, basically anything kind of service-based.
Yeah. And obviously you've got the girl that mentioned before that does the PR. So she kind of does. She's doing PR for the company, but she'll
So we trade. So she helps us with PR, and we help her with the digital marketing.
Yeah,
but she's really got the short end of the stick there, because I'm just such a liability. Hey, I'm like, she has a migraine every day just because of me. I guess.
Well, we're 25 minutes in and we haven't, I don't think, spoken about anything that's going to get her.
It's been all right so far. I'm actually quite impressed with myself. I was just going to spill the beans on everything.
Do you think that having that digital marketing and that kind of other hustle you've got going on, do you think that keeps you motivating with DJing?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that purely just do the one discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, like up until we started the company, I got into like digital marketing and stuff like that. I was still pretty ready to quit DJing, because I was just like, this is like all you're doing, and it's like so depressing. But then I found like this like weekday hustle, because like before I was doing all this, I was just getting up like 5 nights a week, and then the other like the sun was up, I was just like hungover, and then, like that was just my like pure existence. It was just the rotation of like get up, be hungover, get up again, be hungover for like 5, 6, sometimes 7 nights a week and stuff like that. And then now I found this thing where it's just like this new kind of purpose, where it's like, oh, now you like get all these like Australian businesses, all these leads, and you help them build their business and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was really interested in like the systems you could build to, these complex digital marketing systems that probably sound really, really boring to everyone else, but for some attention-seeking kid like me, it sounds really interesting, because you can put money in, get attention out. And yeah, so like, and before, when all I was doing was DJing, it wasn't a reward anymore.
Yeah.
So like the weekend is typically people's, reward. You go out and you get up and you be hungover. And whereas before that was just like an endless cycle. Now it's like, oh, I've like done all this stuff during the week, and then like now I can go out and I've earned this. Now it feels like a reward, and I'm getting paid at the same time. So now I really quite enjoy both.
So what was it that originally kind of made you go to digital marketing in general? Would you say that like through marketing yourself that helped?
Yeah, it was a bit of that, and then a mate of mine who was hanging out with in LA when I was in the US, we were like trading courses that we like illegally downloaded off some forums on the internet, and he gave me Ty Lopez's like social, the Here in My Garage guy. He gave me like
the SMMA,
whatever that thing is, the social media marketing agency masterclass. It's a bit of a mouthful. Could have worked on the name Ty. And then, so he gave it to me like on my hard drive, and the trip back from LA to Perth was like 2 days basically. And so I was like, all right, you got some time to kill. So I went to season 1, episode 1, or whatever it is, week 1, episode 1 of this thing. Started watching it, and then I got 37 hours to kill. This thing is 4 months of content. So I was just plowing through it because I had nothing else to do. And then, I just found it really interesting. And then I got back to Perth and I was just all about this digital marketing thing. I'm like, this is sick. You can build all these systems so people pay attention to you online. This is awesome. This is the best thing ever. And then I just got really into it and learned more and more and more. And then, kind of just snowballed that way.
It's crazy that you can kind of...
I'm going to take this off now because it's actually quite hot.
We'll just...
What you're wearing now is what I pictured you rocking up in.
Yeah, that's it.
So if everyone listening, he just took off his jacket. So tune in on YouTube to watch that if you're into the BDS.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and this is obviously a bit more fitting now that you've taken off the jacket. No, the next subject that I was going to bring up. Your love and affection for Brendan Urie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Panic at the Disco.
I'm not going to lie. I don't like his new album.
Okay.
I didn't like anything after, I think, the original album.
Oh, he's made more than one.
Wait.
No, because he said the original album.
What was the next one? The Green Gentleman or...
You're talking about... by original, do you mean Phoebe You Can't Sweat Out?
Yeah. That was the best.
Hater, yeah.
And when
it's this is the problem with every band ever, right? So it's you get your biggest album is usually the first or second one, right? And then everyone goes, yeah, we want more of that, and then they change because bands sounds they evolve. Do you guys listen to Bring Me the Horizon?
No.
Okay, I won't use that example then. Basically, the bands change and find a new sound, and then you get a bunch of people that now like this new sound, and then you get the old people saying, "Oh, it's not like the old thing."
Yeah.
But then it's if you're just doing the old thing, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So it's this weird dynamic of.
But then don't you think you just said you don't like his new album? But don't you think that if they're trying to I guess do something different?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. I'm just a purist that just wants another Alright Sins on Tragedies.
Yeah.
I'm going to admit that. The song's a fucking hater. I've played it every single week at Metros without fail, and I've been playing there for nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
That's a good effort.
I had someone message me once. She was like, I'm in the car driving down south, and Alright Sins Not Tragedies came up on Spotify, and the dude sitting next to me was like, they play this every fucking week at Metros. That and Untouched by the Veronicas.
What did we have yesterday?
Both the same BPM, so I can play them
Sunday.
back to back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, so we had someone... All right, we need to direct... There's a girl that comes up to us every time on Sundays, and she's like, can you play Veronica's? We're like, no. We're not playing Veronica's. We'll direct her to you now.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, we'll send her to Metros on a Saturday.
On a Saturday. I'll play it 3 times.
Joel, do you want to explain the reason why you won't play it? What did she do?
She stuck her finger in my gravy bowl. And that's not a metaphor.
Okay, yeah,
that's not a metaphor.
Yeah,
that's not a metaphor. She actually stuck her finger.
No, I'm not king shaming you. I'm in the BDSM scene now, so.
That's what I'm saying. Because as soon
Joel's now added to that scene as well.
As soon as I said it, you're like, hang on a minute. Is this one of those tongue punching fart box things?
Hey, I'm not going to king shame you. I'll lose half my audience.
No, but quite literally,
you can't dig yourself out of this.
She got her finger.
Maybe she's just flirting with you. You ever think of that?
No, he was carrying my gravy bowl.
Oh, all right.
He had it in his hand.
I don't know you were like that, Lewis.
All right, let's step away from that because that's not going to go anywhere good. All right, back to Brendan Urie and Panic at the Disco. What was it that you kind of you fell in love with their music, or like why?
That is pretty. He's got a pretty sweet sense of fashion.
Yeah,
I dig that.
What, the leather pants?
Yeah, the leather pants and the he's got some pretty smooth looking jackets which I can't afford, but that one's close enough.
That his gold ones are.
Yeah, the gold one.
Yeah, it's similar to that one.
Yeah, except mine's probably just way cheaper.
Was that the aim? Was that what you were going for? That
no,
look?
I actually just found that jacket at where was I? I can't remember where I was, and I was like, it's basically an emo tuxedo, so I've probably got to buy this. And my Amps twin Rovi has the exact same one, so
have to have it.
Yeah, so we can match. We have a couple matching pairs of like outfits. So.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah, we can if we're playing a back-to-back set, we can send each other like a message saying like what outfit we're gonna wear, and so we can match on the night.
That's very cute.
It's adorable.
Now here's I think a bit that might stress out your PR.
Oh, here we go. Let's roll the f***ing dice.
2 words. Crown. Well, that's 1 word. And band.
Yeah. So
He did.
I like the gulp before coming back to the mic.
So this is a bit of an old story. Most of my mates know this. So this is like 2016. So I'm banned from Crown Metropole. Basically, yeah, it was 2016.
And just to clarify as well, anyone that doesn't know, Crown Metropole is it is a
big
casino,
hotel.
but it's the hotel.
Yeah, I can still go to the casino. I've gotten in there. No one's broken my knuckles. So, with a hammer, kind of like how that scene from Casino. But been all right. I just can't book a room there anymore. So basically, I'm promotions manager at Arcade Nightclub in Joondalup. And the manager messages me with like 2 weeks left for like the Easter Friday holiday. Because basically, that's when most of nightlife has their like staff parties. Because it's the one Friday of the year that no one can trade except the casino. Surprise, surprise. He's like, all right, we're going to find somewhere to have this staff party. Try and find a like holiday house or what are they called?
Airbnb.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, everything's booked out. What can we do? And I used to work at Crown. My mum still works at Crown. I'm like, all right, let's book a big room at Crown. Not that many staff. We're probably looking at like 30, maybe 40 people with some of the select promoters, and we will just have this big penthouse room. So we booked one of the penthouse suites, which was like $1,400 a night, something like that, maybe like $1,300. I can't really remember. And we basically just nicked a bunch of stock from the club fridge, and I just brought them in on 2 like suitcases. So I basically had like 2 suitcases full of like bottles of liquor, like spirits, and then like 8 goon bags in these huge suitcases. So I rocked up, concierge lets me in. They obviously take me out to my room because I'm at a penthouse and they think I'm a baller. And we're in the elevator up to the thing. She goes, oh, what do you do? I'm like, with all these bags. She goes, oh, what do you do with all these bags? I'm like, oh, I'm a DJ. And she's like, oh, are you opening for, are you the support act for, who's the guy that wrote that R&B song, Let Me Love You? Mario, is that him? Yeah. So he was playing at Eve that night, or performing at Eve that night. She goes, oh, you're the support DJ for Mario. And I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this little 20-year-old kid, yep.
Yeah, that's me.
So she lets me in the room. This room's like huge. And I'm like, all right, we're not going to have any issues here. And so basically we used the bathroom as a bar. We laid out all these like goon bags and bottles of spirits, cups, this, that, and the other. Things got pretty out of hand pretty quickly, as you can expect, because we all work in nightlife. So no one drinks more than people that work in nightlife. And we basically copped a, how much was it? $1,700 cleaning bill. And $1,500 of that was directly me. So basically, memory's pretty hazy. Things got a bit out of hand. So basically, the invoice breakdown was the carpet, which was $200 because it was raining outside. People were coming inside off the balcony and the carpet. So it was all the drinks and the KFC chicken wings and stuff like that.
I love how there's like a penthouse and you got KFC chicken.
I love
wings.
the breakdown.
Yeah. And then there was another. I think like $200 for a towel rack that got ripped off the wall. Now let me explain. So Lockie and Adrian, who are the resident DJs in the front room, they were having a sword fight in the hallway with coat hangers, and I wanted to trump their coat hangers, so I ripped the towel rack off the wall. It seemed logical. I thought you could just put it back. You can't. And so I ripped the towel rack off the wall and beat the shit out of Adrian because his coat hanger it didn't have the range that my was
it a 2-rail, a double rail? Or?
No, I think it was. I don't know. It was just like whatever, like a towel rack's length, and I just beat the shit out of him with it because his coat hanger couldn't reach past me, and I had the advantage in that situation. And then the really expensive one, which was like $1,200, whatever the remainder was, me, left a $20 goon bag on a $17,000 pure unsealed marble bench top in the bathroom, and I didn't know that like. Well, I know goon bags leak, but it leaked on unsealed marble, and basically the way it reacts with the rock is it left a like big white outline of this fucking goon bag on this super expensive bench top with a $20, probably $15 goon bag of like Coolabah wine, fucking shit. I didn't even drink it, and then I just remember leaving it there, and then so anyway, and then I kind of passed out, and I got really disappointed because I didn't get laid. I just wanted to get in this penthouse, and then so I woke up the next morning, everyone's gone, and then I'm like, so invited this girl over that lives in like Belmont, and then we did that, and I immediately threw up next to the bed. Not my proudest moment.
After?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a couple of bodily fluids. And then she's like, what the have you done to this room? I'm like, had a party last night. And then there's like literally like there's shit everywhere. Like hotel rooms just have like paper bins, right? We had like a nightclub's fridge of stock. And so we converted one of the like really expensive bathtub into essentially a skip bin, which was just full of cans and bottles and shit. Also my vomit. There's a video of that. I don't think it's on my phone anymore. And then, so the worst hangover of my life, I've got a trashed penthouse. This girl, she's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, we're going to leave before housekeeping gets here. That's what we're going to do. And then I poke my head out the door. Housekeeping's like 2 doors down. I'm like, look, just grab whatever bottles have more than half left, chuck them in the bag, let's bail. So we left. And then checked out. I remember checking out. They're like, anything for the minibar? Because there's a $200 bond in the room. And,
like,
usually they deduct the like minibar from the bond, because usually people don't up rooms.
Yeah.
They're pretty well behaved, right? So I got my bond back. Because I said we didn't take anything, we took everything. And then, like, got in the car, went home. Probably shouldn't have driven, to be honest. And then, like, went to bed. Got a call in like 2 hours' time from like an unknown number. I'm like, I don't know exactly what that is. I'm not going to pick up. They called me back straight away. I'm like, they're just going to keep calling you. So they picked up. Well, I picked up. And they're like, I'm like, hello. Like, good morning, Mr. Williamson. How are you? I'm like, I'm really hungover. Did you see the room?
You're straight to the point.
Well, I'm not around. I know what you're calling me, sweetheart.
Because they always call, like, you know, when you have like it's anything to do with hotels, and it's always that like,
I know when I'm in trouble. I've been in trouble a couple times.
but they do that. It's like you're but hi, how are you today? Like,
yeah, they put in their like customer service voice. I'm like, she was trying really hard. I appreciate that. And she goes, yeah. So she goes through like the damages on the room. She's like, we tried to bill your card, but it didn't go through because like my MasterCard was just like linked to it. It's not a credit card, right? So like I never keep more than like $100 on my card, so they can't bill $1,700. And then she's like, so she breaks down all the damage. I'm like, yeah, that really sucks. Can you just send me an invoice and I'll send it to the right people to pay? I still owe them $1,700, but
wait, you still owe the Metropole?
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't paid it. I'm not that. They make like their casino. They make that back like that.
Yeah,
but I'm still in the wrong. But they just stopped emailing me back, so I'm just going to ignore it now.
I feel like we're like bringing up the.
I remember sitting in the Crown, and one guy he said something like, "I just won this much money, but I spent this much money." He goes, "I'm going to buy a feed here. I'm going to buy a drink there, and I might stay here." They got all their money back anyway.
Yeah.
Well, so it doesn't matter.
$1,700. That's like an accounting error.
Quick note as well. So with Crown, the actual casino part. So you know how you have like people they'll play pokies, right? Like generally the older generation will play pokies, and they have their like pokie machine.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, this is mine. Like,
the lucky one.
All right. So if you're unaware, every week. Security goes in and moves all the pokie machines around. So if you ever want to with someone, you just be like, this machine got moved last night. Because literally, I'm not joking, they'll go in and they shut off they shut off sections, and then they'll just move the pokie machines around so that people can't like I guess
adjust them.
The same, like they know that the same one's going to have
because they're all electronic, so they just rig the odds. Like if you're playing an electronic like gambling machine, you're idiot, because they just rig the odds so you can never win.
Yeah. It's not like it's
every once in a while someone will win. That's how they keep you coming back.
Yeah.
It's like the lottery.
Yeah, those bait you in and you go, oh, he won though. I'm not really into gambling. I've tried like roulette. I don't get it.
You don't get it?
Yeah, like I've got a super addictive personality too, so luckily I didn't like it.
Yeah, I guess that is a good thing. Otherwise you'd be
Oh, yeah.
Lucky you didn't win a K on your first go.
Yeah.
Because that's how they suck everyone in.
Yeah, that's how you mean.
Especially, but roulette's kind of like, you can't really rig it.
No, you can't rig it. Like, that's the only one I'd probably play, roulette. Because a dude spinning a ball around a spinny table looks kind of cool. You can pick black or red. It's pretty simple.
But that's what you associate with gambling, though. I've got to say,
Roulette,
you
or
like
blackjack.
But the roulette table is like, you know straight away that that's it.
And like, is blackjack the one where you got to get to 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a idiot. I'll take any risk. I'm like, I reckon it'll be this one, and I'll lose so much money. Whereas roulette is just like, I can pick black or red. I know colours, not colourblind. It's easy, 1 or 2, and then you pick one, and then you probably lose.
I remember going on a table and I didn't realize what the buy-in was. Like on a roulette table, because you have like
you have
like
the cheap
different
ones.
tables,
Yeah.
And I was like, walked in, it was like $100, and like it's like I'm not balling, so I'm like $100 and you've got to put down $100.
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum bet, and I was like, I'm at the wrong table, but I can't like.
And maybe you want to put a few down as well.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't just like leave now, so I lost straight away.
Yeah, sucks. Feels bad.
And do you know what they like to do as well? When they pay you back, instead of giving you like spread out, they might give you one $500 chip, and it's like you just put that one $500 chip on that one color, and like you said, lose like that, and you're out.
Yeah, and then they make you. That's how they make you spend
And
more.
you know what people say? They're like, this is what you do, right? So you go up, and then you take your like starter amount, and you put it in your back pocket, and then you just don't gamble. It doesn't work. I use it every single time as soon as I run out of money. It's just like I have no self-control, so I'm just going to spend any money that I have. I'm going to lose all of it.
Just rock up, yeah. Like you said, only put $100 on your MasterCard. Only rock up with $100 in your pocket.
Yeah, but that doesn't work because then you got net banking. Just like, I got savings. It's fine. It's still good.
I didn't need this money for.
I don't need to pay rent or anything like that.
Wait, rent's not due until next week. Awesome. I think we should address. There is a G string sitting on the table.
Oh, is it?
Obviously, if you're listening,
I actually became immune to that.
Joel's used to having G strings on the table. Anyone that's listening, there is a G string on the table. Just to clarify,
It's got my name on it.
it does have your name on it as well, and it's not just written on there. It's proper.
printed.
Do you want to, I guess, explain the whole? So this is what you brought in for us to keep, and we did clarify before we went on air. It hasn't been used.
It has not, no.
Especially not by you.
No.
That-
It's far too small.
Do you want to give us an explanation about why?
Yeah, so I needed some merchandise, and I really like girls. So, and after the front, for those listening, says literally me with my mixtape artwork on it. And so I thought it'd be pretty, well, the mixtape was called literally genres, so I thought it'd be pretty funny to make a G-string that says literally me. And most of the people that have them in Perth are strippers, and I find it really hilarious that there's a bunch of strippers and strip clubs giving guys lap dances, and my face is getting rubbed around.
And you did put a post about that as well. I did see that you were like, it was literally, I'm going to send these around to everyone.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I hope that like one of my friends gets like a strip, like a lap dance or something.
Yeah. So I've had I've had a friend go home with a girl, and then like they went to go do it, and then took her like skirt off. She was wearing one of G-strings, and it completely killed his boner. He was so mad. He was like, got a message at like 5 a.m. He's like, "You're a you know that, right?"
You're like, I know, but why?
Yeah, and I had like another girl tell me his like boyfriend was just wearing this, and I just think it's the funniest thing in the world. So I made these. I was gonna make custom. I've got a quote for them. I never bought them because I thought I was getting a little bit carried away. Custom vibrators, and I was gonna brand them literally yourself.
How much were they?
On Alibaba, they were like $10 each, but you had to order like 100 of them. So I don't really want to. Yeah,
I think that's the same thing with the condoms. It was like
What was it 4,000 pieces or something? 10,000 pieces.
Yeah, the more you get, the cheaper it gets. But then it's like, who even wears condoms anymore?
There's always a minimum order.
There is always. Have you done any other merch, or are you going to do any other merch?
Did t-shirts. They were pretty good. So, I got a couple like people t-shirts and stuff like that. But like, I got to think it's stuff that's like hasn't really been done already. Like vibrators.
Do you know?
Actually, hang on. To add to that, I'm trying to remember the artist. They have a really weird name. I can't remember. It's not a DJ, but it's I think it's a producer or a singer.
Talent, yeah.
he did merch and he made a spatula.
Oh, okay. Oh, Rovi could do that. He's a cook. So I might do like a ropes, like BDSM and stuff like that, or do like a printed guide on all the different knots you need to know for BDSM, and it was like brand.
Do you know what I thought you were going to say before you said vibrators?
Well,
especially because it's quite small, you can get various sizes made.
What a life-size dildo.
No, I thought you were going to say rings.
Oh, that's all right. Well,
or what? Or the BDS, you do.
And you can get shit written around them.
What do they do?
Okay, to my knowledge, and you can get all different shapes and sizes, and you can get vibrating ones and all the rest.
I think Joel's done a bit too much research on this.
Like I've heard of them, I just don't know what they do.
You slip it down your shaft, and basically it keeps the blood in the top, which is meant to give you a little bit more resistance, so you last a little bit longer. And then also it swells it.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
I think there's different because the vibrating ones as well. You can have like bits that like it like touches them as as your.
Oh,
yeah, ones are like action sensitive, so when they hit the bottom of your shaft, it initiates the vibration.
Oh, the more you know.
What if you did like a gag, and it was like
I nearly did chokers.
Literally gag me.
I nearly did chokers.
Why didn't you?
I think it was the price.
Yeah.
I think a ring would be quite.
If you want one, you just ask me. You don't have to keep darting around the bush.
I love how he just keeps bringing it up. I think Joel...
He's just testing the waters. I know what you're talking about.
No, honestly...
He was talking about his gravy bowl before.
Yeah, there we go. We can make like custom like Greyvox or something like that.
I think we've broken Joel. I'll let you have a drink in a moment for now. So obviously you're not thinking about doing any more, I guess, mixtapes. Going back to that, is there anything that you have planned like for this year? Any like I guess big outlandish things that you can tell us, or do you have to kind of keep?
Oh, I can tell you this one because this won't be out until it's announced. But you get the exclusive. Yeah. So basically,
but it won't be exclusive when we release it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm starting a new event called Misfits, which is going to be weekly Thursdays at Amps.
Okay.
And so basically that's the whole kind of umbrella concept of it is it's alternative music, doesn't matter if it's played with instruments or laptops. And so one room we're going to have like alternative, just bass music is the whole kind of genre is pretty alternative, I suppose, depending how you look at it, what kind of lens. And then one room we're going to have like alternative, like punk and emo and metal and that whole kind of thing. So everything from like Untouched by the Veronicas to like Shadow Moses by Bring the Horizon and stuff like that. So we can kind of bring together that kind of like community in Perth that doesn't really have like a specific place to go to every week when they want to listen to their weird outlandish music. And
that's weekly. What day was it again, sorry?
So that's going to be launching, April 11th, which is Thursday night, and it'll be weekly on Thursdays at Amps.
Okay, cool. And is that entry-wise, do you know any?
Oh, yeah, so it's just going to be $5 entry, $5 basic spirits, $5 beers, so I like the number 5.
Yeah, 5.
There you go.
Well, look, I guess that's something that... actually, hang on, I'm just trying to work out in my head... this will be coming out roughly around that time. So, yeah, I think this might be before or a little bit
Should be
after.
before that.
Yeah, it should be before.
Oh,
so we do have an exclusive. Yay.
Sick. There you go.
Well, that's exciting. We're almost getting to the end. Obviously, I've missed this, Joel, because I haven't been able to do this for 2 weeks. Seriously, the last 2 episodes, I haven't been able to do this. It's felt weird for you not to be here. Anything that you're wanting to ask Willco?
Ask me something that will get me in trouble.
Yeah.
It's the ongoing question. This
Wait,
could possibly get you in trouble.
Wait, before you do that, do you like cocaine?
All right, this one could get this could go a number of ways, but is there any advice you'd give to someone, when you're in that kind of area of doubt and you're like, this, I'm going to just kill it. What kind of information or experience or, just anything you could share with someone that's
sounds
kind of like that?
Super fucking cheesy, but it does get better. So basically, because you're just constantly stuck in the now and usually you're actually stuck in the past, you never actually know where that next little pick-me-up is. It could be like tomorrow. It could be like next week, could be next month, but you never actually know until you get to it because you just have that constant, really narrow lens of the now and usually the past as well. Like perfect example was like the first mixtape. I was like, I've got 6 months left and I'm going to call it. And then I like put out this stupid mixtape. I actually tried to kill myself off earlier, and then it just hadn't really, like I said, counterproductive effect. Because you really just got to stick with it, and that's hard sometimes because usually it's just like you and your own little head. But reaching out to people is a really big one. For example, like my first year of DJing, I nearly quit. And then this girl I was dating, like on Valentine's Day at the time, I was just telling her, I'm like, this sucks. No one's booking me because I don't have any mates in this industry, and the industry really, admittedly, is about who you know. And I was like, no one's booking me, and this sucks, and I reckon I'm good, but no one's giving me a shot. And she was really supportive. She was like, oh, I really like what you do, and this, that, and the other. And, you know, I listened to her, and then I kept doing it, and then like a month later, I got booked to my first club. And then if I didn't listen to her, then I wouldn't be, sitting here.
But that's the thing. It's like how far do you go?
Yeah.
In the sense of like how long do you kind of keep continually like it's around the corner tomorrow, it's next week kind of thing.
At some point in time you got to kind of be realistic about it, but like
if you're 45 and you're still waiting for your break.
Yeah, I mean, people have done cool stuff at 45, but I think being realistic about it, as long as you're not like trying to pay your like bills with your failing career, and being realistic, if it is failing, it's failing. You're not making money, it's failing. As long as you've got like a part-time or a full-time job, so you can still pay the bills and do this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter what you do on the side, because as long as you enjoy it. I think when it gets to the point where you're not enjoying it and you're just doing it for like vanity or ego, that's when you should probably start rethinking it.
Yeah. I think that hit the nail on the head.
A lot of people do, even like what you do with photography and filming, they do that because they believe there's that aspect of the glorified.
Yeah, it's always kind of like, I'm not going to stop. Like, I'm going to keep doing this because...
Yeah.
Like,
especially people that like think they're just doing it because they think it's cool, and you get to go into clubs and this, that, and the other, and
get to rack up bills at
and
hotels.
People have a G-string with your name on
it. How much were they, by the way?
I can't even remember. They were like,
there's nothing, no merch left at all.
No, I think there are some. I don't even know. I think this is like the second last one. But they're actually just like the actual like underwear is just from like Kmart, and they're like $8 each, and I think the screen printing was like 20 each or something like that. I can't remember. It was like 2 years ago. But yeah, they're just I did some like focus groups, and these were the favorite kind of G-strings from Target. So
all right, so focus group wise, you just
that was just girls sending nudes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Yeah.
It wasn't really.
Where'd you get that one from? Kmart.
Yeah, well, yeah, they actually I made a post, and I was just like, where can I like bulk buy G-strings? Then they were like, oh, link here and this, that, and the other, and they just like sent like, yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm all right, that looks pretty good. So I went to like Target Journal up and bought like 40 of them. Actually, they didn't have enough, so I had to go to like 3 or 4 different Kmarts and buy like different quantities of each one at different sizes.
Imagine them just being like, what the is this guy doing?
Yeah, it was. I didn't even clarify. I just like pretended like it was for me, just to make things super awkward. You know that awkward moment that like I feed off of that, hey? It's like I don't even need to eat as long as I'm making people uncomfortable.
You're like buying all these G-strings, and you're like,
pure sustenance for me. Yeah,
this is for me. That's it.
That's the one.
Well, look, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching the AAA podcast, the show that gives you access to hilarious to everything music, nightlife, and everything in between. If you want to watch more videos, you can click up here. If you want to subscribe, click up here. Share the video, leave a comment, like, so that we can, I guess, push the videos. We want to get more views as well, so that's always helping. But other than that, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for the next video.
Toodle-doo.